Sometimes clients can be extremely demanding, especially when they know that you work for yourself and that technically you are always at work 24/7, 365. Today, I am going to tell you how I have put boundaries in place with my clients and how you can do exactly the same.
I'm Lisa Baldwin, and I started my VA business with a laptop and an idea. Now I'm going to teach you to do the same.
So in today's video, I am going to talk to you about putting boundaries in place with your clients. And this is something that when I started my business, I really didn't even think of. It just was something that happened, and then I had to be more reactive than proactive. And I want to equip you to be proactive so you don't have the same issues that I did. So like I said in the intro of this video, your client knows that you work for yourself. You run your own business. You might work out of a home office. You might rent office space, but a virtual assistant could technically always be on the clock if they wanted to. Maybe you have had something similar happen to you in your business. If that's the case, hit the like button or pop something in the comments and tell me exactly what happened to you and how you chose to handle it. So let me give you two examples of situations that happened where I had to create a boundary with my clients. The first example I have is not necessarily one particular client. It was a trend I was seeing with all of my clients. And when I started my business, it really wasn't that big of a problem. But as my business grew and I had more and more clients that were demanding more of my time, and my time needed to be more structured throughout the day, is when it became an issue. And that issue was clients would message me throughout the day and they would need something to be done immediately. Or they would expect me to drop everything to do their particular task. And what I was finding was that I was becoming frustrated because I would be doing work for one client and then I would constantly be interrupted by other clients that needed something from me, like I said, immediately. So let me tell you what I did in that particular instance. I decided to create specific blocks of time for my clients, and here's how I did that. If my office hours, for instance, were 8 to 5, I would delegate a certain period of time each day. So for instance, I had a client that purchased 20 hours a month from me. So I gave them the hours of 8 to 10 each day. And what I told them was between 8 and 10 o'clock each day, if you need something from me, go ahead and message me, and you are my first priority during that period of time. However, if you message me at 1 o'clock in the afternoon and need something done immediately, I needed to set the expectation that another client most likely had that particular time period and that their inquiry was not necessarily going to be answered right away, or it may not even be answered until the next day. And here is what I found. At first, I was really nervous to implement this, but it worked out so well. What I found was that my clients respected my time more, and I think it's because I was respecting their time as well. So what that doesn't look like is for that particular client from 8 to 10, it didn't necessarily mean that I was only working on their tasks during that time. I may have been doing tasks for other clients. What that meant was that they knew I was on call for them during that time period. Now, there were some days when that client didn't have anything that required immediate attention from 8 to 10. And that was fine, but they knew that if something needed attention, they had my full attention during that time. So again, it wasn't that I was only doing work for that client during that time period. It was more a window of opportunity for that client to contact me and be guaranteed an immediate response. Now, let me give you the second example that I had. I had a client that was notorious for sending me work at 4:55 in the afternoon every day. It was about a 30-minute to 45-minute project, and it needed to be done. It was time sensitive. And I would become so frustrated because I wanted to be out of the office by 5 o'clock each day. Now, there's days where I work longer than that, but my office hours that I tell my clients are until 5 o'clock each day. And if I choose to work after that, that is my choice. It's not, in my opinion, going to be dictated by what my client expects me to get done for them, especially when I have set the expectation that my office hours for the day end at 5 o'clock. So here is what I implemented with that client, and it worked perfectly. So once again, I reiterated to that client that my office hours end at 5 o'clock each day. And if their work required me to work after 5 p.m., they would be charged time and a half. If they sent me work at 5 o'clock each day, and it took me an hour to get that work done for them, I charged them for an hour and 30 minutes. I charged them time and a half. Here's how it worked. That client stopped sending me work after 5 o'clock at night because they knew it was having a financial impact on them. I had to be willing, when I set up that boundary, to work after 5 o'clock, but know that I was getting paid time and a half for it. Now, it could have worked the opposite way. He could have still said, okay, well, that's fine. I'm still going to send you work at 5 o'clock every day. And that was a risk I was willing to take, or something I was willing to do, but know that I was getting paid more for that time. If you found this helpful, I encourage you to subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't already. I am here every week with tips and tricks of how you can either start or grow, or in this particular case, keep your sanity in your own VA business. I hope this was extremely helpful to you. If it was, click the like button, share something in the comments below. I always enjoy hearing from all of you. I love all the different ideas that I get from people. Just remember that it's your business. You have the ability and really the responsibility to set up boundaries with your clients in order for them to respect your business and for you to respect their business as well. I will see you in the next video.